Okay, let's get it. Still, just a little word of advice, man. When you're running a refractor or any type of skill build, you don't want your skills next to where you're gonna be camping. You want them out so they can draw ag away from you. You set your
Yeah, away
turret.
from you.
Yeah, you set your turret by your hit. You see how mine? Look at my turret. It's in the middle. That's where I normally throw mine, bro. You don't never want to throw it where you are because they'll launch nades at you too, man. You get hit with a nade, it's over. That's a good spot. That's a little better. I like to look at, wherever I can do damage. If I can do damage at pretty much any part of the room, that's a good spot for a skill. If your skill only covers 25% of the room, that's not a good spot. It's definitely not a good spot. We're just gonna sit back. We're gonna take it easy. We'll take our time, and we're gonna get through this, man. Yeah, I wish when somebody left my group, I had a solid person like me to stick around and step up. That other nerd left. I'm like, oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not to me. That's not fair, man. It's way too many tokens you got to spend on these nines and tens, and then that shit happens and you get screwed. It's just not right, man. Damn. And then see when you watch yourself right.
I was just running around acting crazy, man, with my quick step, trying to get some ammo. Never
Uh,
mind me. Hey, look, never mind me, man. I do this on every game I play. I
yeah,
know the
yeah.
guys see me running, they be like, what the hell he doing?
Watch out for that car that they keep sending out there. I'm gonna reposition my skills again. Like that heavy up above you, Ray. He's on that box destroying my skill.
Yeah, I just want to tell one of y'all to watch me and some close to me because I had to duck and dodge and things.
Damn, he destroyed my damn turret.
All right, I'm going to get some ammo.
Shit.
Serious trauma detected.
Sheesh. Oof. Alright, I got my turret on the Chunga. I'm gonna put my drone on the boss. Chunga's going down, as you can see. My turret's more than capable of handling that. Let's go.
Vital signs critical. Agent out of action.
That's what I'm talking about. I told y'all we was gonna get it done, man. It's gonna take us a little longer. Um, but man, GG's on that. Tier 10.
Hell yeah.
Got fucked by the other agent who took off on us after you started it and still clutched that shit on tier 10 with a 3 man. GG's agents.
With a
GG's
fucking
man.
3 man. I don't know. I ain't seen no video with nobody doing tier 10 with a 3 man.
Let's go,
I
man.
don't know. I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look on YouTube and see if anybody did a tier 10 with a 3 man.
Oh man, let's go. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So you just heard it. You just heard it from our comrade, bro. We had 4 people. Started off, our host here, O Ray, launched the escalation at a tier 10. We lose our fourth. Now, yes, this is a build video. We're gonna get into the build and one, but I just want to PSA for the devs, the anybody that holds any type of pool when it comes to changes and things that need to be looked into. But when the host, and this happened to me the other day, and I really felt for Ray because he already launched it, and then the agent leaves shortly after. That's not right. And I didn't want to leave because when it happened to me, someone joined me, one of them left, and then the other one did on a tier 10, bro.
An agent has gone
So you got
offline.
to understand where I'm coming from. This actually happened to me, and I'm sure it's happened to a lot of you guys as well. Even if it wasn't a 10, let's say you paid for a tier 6. It doesn't make it any less right because you're paying less coins. It's not right regardless, bro. But I didn't want to do Ray that way, man. I didn't want to, take off and leave him. And, unfortunately, the other dude from BAD, who we fight, quite often in Dark Zone PvP, um, he didn't leave either. And we stuck it out. And I told the guys, I said, listen, man, we can do this, but we're going to have to be a little bit more patient when it comes to the engagements. Um, and we was actually able to hold our own and we did really well. Now I'm not going to show you guys the whole video of us, you know what I mean, obviously, but I will go ahead. GG's, Ray. GG's, brother. I will definitely go ahead and leave a little bit of the gameplay at the beginning of the video, so you guys can watch a little bit of gameplay, see the build, and then but we're gonna always do it. We're gonna get into the build right away. You understand? One and done. We ain't cutting, clipping, editing. We're gonna give it to you right off the press. Um, this, in my opinion, is probably the best uh, refractor build that we have in the game. And I've altered mine on like 3 or 4 occasions. I know my clanmates are like, damn, Dom's at the base. He's been at the base for 2 hours, just configuring things, going over the best. So, when I release a build to you guys, it's always going to be crack. It's going to be just stupid, man. You understand? But let's get into to this build, man. You just seen us complete a tier 10, so you know this thing is definitely legit. Um, and again, it's new user friendly, so you don't have to be the sweatiest player to obtain this type of build. And if you run yours a little differently, give this a go. If you want to continue running it how you run it because it suits your playstyle, then have at it. Now let's get into this build, nevertheless. Okay, so right off the bat, um, this thing's just nasty. I mean, if you're gonna use a skill wheel and you got skill damage, capacitor's definitely the way to go. I mean, triple guide, bro. Damage to targets on the bottom. I mean, this thing is nasty. I'm hitting at 115 on a tier 6. You understand? Um, our second weapon is the Negev. This is one of the weapons I feel like just doesn't get a lot of love. I tried to obtain one and prototype. I was unsuccessful, but that's okay. We're gonna keep grinding away. Maybe next week. You understand? So these are our 2 weapons. Quick Step is my sidearm for obvious reasons. Same reason you guys like Quick Step, right? Let's get into the build though, man. Okay. Now, our first piece of refactor here is going to be our mask. Okay. Now, unlike the regular refactor, the skill tiers actually count for one and a half, not just one. So, two of these equals three, three skill tiers. You understand? So, if you're wondering like why my stats look the way they do, Dom, you're cheating. No, I'm not, bro. I'm not cheating, bro. I promise you. Okay. My augment on this thing is Echo. It's currently at a 1.4% of double damage chance. It's rolled with skill damage and has a max crit hit chance mod. Okay. Second piece of gear. It's going to be our refractor chest piece. This is non-negotiable. It's kind of like how the core strength build is. Like the chest piece is a must. You can still run striker without the striker chest piece and still be doing okay. Certain other, there's other gear sets of the game where chest piece might be mandatory, backpack might be mandatory. It just really depends, right? It just really depends. Okay. Um, so this is Echo. Basically, every bullet fired has a chance to deal double damage. Very simple. Um, and it's got double crit 7.6 CHC with a max crit hit chance mod. You understand? And the chest piece comes with a talent called Increase Interest. Basically, this increases my repairs on the damage that I'm actually doing, called Return to Sender. 10 to 25, ups it to 20 to 35. You understand? It almost doubles. You understand? Let's go. Third piece of gear. Well, let's get into our gloves. Our refractor gloves. This thing is rolled with 214,000 armor, 13% skill
Agent is
damage.
online in your
This thing is nasty. This just increases my survivability. As far as my augments are concerned, I don't really want to focus on that too much because I'm not even sure that I'm going to keep all of these augments. I'm kind of, again, with me just being a little under 2 weeks with escalation, I'm still figuring things out. You understand? Let's go. Ninja Bike is why we have the four piece because we have three refactors. The Ninja's giving us the plus one, that's giving us the four piece, you understand? And if you don't know, the four piece refactor talent is called Return to Sender. And this is basically receives repairs of 10% of all damage dealt by your skills. Your allies receive up to 20% of the damage dealt by your skills. Again, the chest piece increases that dramatically. That's why it's a must. You understand? Our fifth piece of
no
gear,
longer in the loop.
Hana, you understand? And you know what? Again, this is a piece that I probably will be, um, not necessarily changing, but it is one of the newest pieces that I've actually acquired and put on the build. I could have went with armor, right? And still be at a tier 6, but instead I went weapon damage because in escalation, especially in the higher tiers, you want to be dealing damage. You don't want to be one of those skill builds where you don't shoot. You don't shoot because your damage is so low and you feel. But honestly speaking, I wouldn't care if your damage was 70k. Shoot. PSA. All you agents, shoot. Even if you're running a healing build, if everyone's armor is full and you're just dancing, shoot. Because in the higher tiers, they're so tanky, every bit of damage counts. Which is why we have our max 15% weapon damage core and roll with 7.8 skill damage and 4.8 on the CHC. Let's go. Our sixth and final piece of gear here is Empress International. This has given us skill health and skill damage. It's rolled with max skill damage, max crit hit damage with an additional skill tier. You understand? Now, again, and as far as Hanayu, we're getting skill haste, skill damage. I'm sorry, I'm kind of all over the place. It's late, and again, I'm trying to get this video out so I can have another run because we're about to get the loot change in less than an hour or so. So, that's where we're at. Hanayu, skill haste, skill damage. Empress, we're getting skill health, skill damage. Um, skill haste, skill damage, and then Empress, skill health, skill damage. You understand? This is the build, man. This thing is nasty. It's easily able to handle itself on tier 10. Again, I believe it's new user friendly. Just remember those streams that we put out recently, skill placement. We went over that. Not gonna, talk your guys' ear off about the same things. But this build is very nasty. We can look at some of the numbers here. 44 on the CHC, 99 on the crit hit damage. We're at 49, 69. Again, those numbers really don't seem very impressive, but I'm telling you, 50%, damn near 50% crit hit chance, and we're just under 100% crit hit damage. That's huge, man. A lot of people that have these skill builds or these types of builds, they don't have any crit. Their crit will be at 10, 15%, and crit hit damage at 60%. It's no damage. So the fact that we were able to achieve 1.4 million armor is crazy, and be at a tier 6, and then have our weapons hitting respectably at 115 and 103. They're both well over 100k. And this is the bread and butter of the build. It's our assault turret and our striker drone. Let's first talk about our striker drone. This thing is a tier 6, okay? And the damage is 105,000. Now, for any of you guys who know about striker damage, that's insane. Okay, the striker drone is going to be significantly lower than the assault turret, and I believe this is because of mobility reasons. All right, the turret doesn't have legs; it can't get up and move. But your striker drone is much more mobile. So again, because you have the ability to send this after an NPC that runs around the corner, that's why the damage has been reduced. So your
Agent
striker
requesting
drone will
backup.
never hit as hard as your assault turret. But again, tier 6, 120% extra striker damage, 420% health. This thing is nasty, hitting well over 100k. This is without any procs, guys, by the way. This is without NSYNC. This is without capacitor stacks. This is just regular base damage. This is assuming that I'm AFK and I'm not shooting at anything. You understand? On to our second skill. Now, this is going to make some of you guys get up out of your seats. 168,000 damage on our assault turret. This thing hits damn near as if you had an all red spotter build on. All red spotter, bro. I mean, 168,000, just under 170,000 is what our assault turret is actually dealing. Didn't mention the health. The health is really high on these things too. Health on my striker drone is just over 3 mil. Health on my assault turret is just over 6 million. Again, it's very rare that my skills actually get taken down. They have been taken down on a tier 10, but it's very rare, guys. Very rare. This build is just nasty, man. The only reason I was able to, achieve some of the numbers that I was able to achieve is because of the prototype pieces. Some of the values being increased just really helped us push this build to the max, because I had a level 40 high end version of this where I just had 40 pieces, and I had regular brand set pieces. I'm
Incoming
sorry, not
backup
brand set,
request.
gear set pieces, just these guys, right? So we had we had a regular refractor build, but we were able to increase it. I mean, even the skill damage here, you see my old mask can only be maxed out at 10. You see my new mask is 13%. That's an extra 3%. It doesn't sound like much, but when you're getting an extra 3% here, extra 7% here, that adds up, and it adds up quickly, right? And not only that, but we have augments. There's no augments, there's no echo or none of that. So the build is just so much stronger. We're able to do so much more. And even if you guys don't have all these pieces at your disposal right now, just grind for them. Get them when you get them. Even if you're using, green refractor pieces, that's fine. When you get the chance to get some prototypes, you go for it. This prototype journey is going to be tough and long for all of us. So at the end of the day, um, this is my refractor build. I think it's just, I think it's amazing, man. I mean, the way I used to, and I've had like three of these, but this is the one I think I'm going to go with, because originally my holster was refractor. So this is how I had it, right? So I had it this way, and then this was I'm gonna tell you guys, and there's nothing wrong with this. You guys can actually run it this way as well. But this is how I had it set up, right? And I'm just like, I got 170,000 armor here, but if I switch it here, I got 214. So that's all. That's an extra 34,000 armor, bro. Um, Equivalent to up to like 25,
Base is
30%
requesting backup.
additional armor. And then my skill damage is 9.1. Well, check it out. My skill damage here is 13. So this is what I'm saying to you guys. At 4% here, 6% here, you're pushing all these numbers to the max, and that's how you see these numbers so high, man. Like it almost sounds like there's no way you could achieve and hit these, bro. You can. But the shiny monkey, I was like, you know what? We got the skill duration, we got the skill efficiency. Um, and I ran this with tier 10s as well, and got through it just fine. So if you want to run it this way, or let's say, you want the 8% efficiency instead of the duration, and then the 5% you're getting from the shiny monkeys, right? Well, I don't think I have it on me. No, I don't have it on me. Okay. But you see where these shiny monkey gloves are? You can run another Empress, right? And get the 8%. Or you can go with the shiny monkeys and you get the skill duration with the 5% efficiency. So again, you can swap pieces out. There's certain pieces that you can, but currently the way I have it, and see this damage is a little lower. You see, this is 157, the other was 168. So I believe the current way that I have it is the best way to run it. But honestly speaking, you guys can run it however you like. You know what I mean? One, you're going to utilize a little bit more duration, and then the other, you're going to get a little bit more damage. So it's totally up to you. As far as your primary weapons, if you guys want to, use something else besides the cap, you can do that. Um, Totally up to you guys, man. Totally up to you guys. And these are just some of the weapons that we receive. And I'm not gonna hold you guys up. I mean, I already feel like the video's a little lengthy, but excuse me. Go ahead, man. Smash that thumbs up. If you're not subbed, what are you doing? Definitely trying to take off, do some special things in year 8. Give you guys some solutions to some very difficult objectives that lay ahead of us. Um, Definitely copy the build if you'd like. If you want to alter it to your liking, go ahead. But I'm telling you guys, the way I had this set up, you just saw the footage. No issue, no problem. Our fourth left us out to dry. Hey, we came back and we took care of business, man. You understand? So, again, smash that thumbs up. But if you're not subbed, what are you doing? Until the next time, until we come again, Triple T down, out. Bang! Let's get it.